Andrew, good to see you. Big Mac and ScoMo. Big Mo. Will they be on the ticket next year?
I think definitely. And I just read these reports and hear the scuttlebutt and I just shake my head. I mean, I always think, what are the people in my electorate thinking about? So the men and women who are working the land around Molong and Yeovil today, the tyre fitters in Byng Street of Orange, the folks working the production line at the Simplot factory in Bathurst where they make our iconic Chico roll, they are not talking about what's happening with the national leadership issue in Canberra. They are saying, get on with the job. Our country is traumatised. Our economy is traumatised. People's lives have been devastated. Get on with the job of governing Australia and don't entertain any nonsense like this whatsoever. That's the message from Country Australia on this, and everyone would do very well to heed it, because if you don't, you'll pay at the ballot box down the line.
Do you have a sneaky suspicion who it might be, who might be behind it?
No, and just speculating on it's just a total waste of time. Look, I've been in the game now in state and federal politics long enough to know that you can tell when something's on. Like when the whole Malcolm Turnbull thing was on, it was just like someone had got a box of matches and lit the spark and it just went whoosh. But this is just nothing like that. These reports seem to bob up every now and again. The thing was settled in February. The public aren't interested in it. No one's got an appetite for it. And quite frankly, if people are trying to egg or whip this story up, they've got rocks in their heads, because the public won't wear it. It wasn't so long ago, we had big queues outside Centrelink at our electorate offices. I mean, these are the issues that people want us to focus on. And the other thing also is, have a look at the guy's track record. This is Michael. I mean, he actually delivers all the time. He was in my electorate last week opening a new office of the Department of Infrastructure, 31 new jobs in Orange, decentralisation in action. We're about to open a new medical school for Charles Sturt University next year. That guy delivers it, and it runs on the board. He's actually got the runs on the board. So, yeah, okay, people may be trying to egg this up. Maybe there are people that want his job. I mean, it's no secret. We've just had a challenge, but there is no appetite for it either within the party or outside the party. And I think that we would be punished severely for even entertaining this kind of nonsense and the shenanigans of the Canberra bubble. And this is a great bubble story, but I tell you what, it's not resonating out in country Australia.
OK, well, just to be clear, do you support Michael McCormack as leader of the Nationals?
Absolutely. And I think the point to make is that leadership takes many different forms, and you don't have to be in someone's face all the time and be on a wild roller coaster ride to be a strong leader. And he is a strong leader. He's made a very stern stuff. I've worked with him very closely on things like the medical school, regional education, all of that. And he has made a very stern stuff, but it's not his style to get up in your face and have a go at you, but he is tough. And I'll tell you another thing, he used to play for the Junee Diesels, and there are no shrinking violets in the Junee Diesels. Go and watch them play. Hello to everyone in Junee this morning. Your Diesels, your fellow Diesels doing very well at the moment.
Was that Big Mac? That's Big Mac you're talking about there.
We're getting runs on the board for Country Australia.
I'm following Barnaby. I don't mind. That's Big Mac that you're talking about there?
Michael McCormack,
Big Mac,
Diesel.
Sorry, I'm just...
The Diesel.
Barnaby's got me with those nicknames. I quite like Big Mac and ScoMo. I'm still Big Mo. Sorry. Anyway, let's get on to the issue.
I'm running with the Diesel.
That's what we were going to talk about education, Andrew. So there's been a fair bit of noise surrounding the education minister's changes to prices on some subjects. So what are the key changes that you're pushing for?
Yeah, well, the Nationals have agreed to 3 key changes, basically. I guess the first one, and the most important that has been put out there by our country universities, is that psychology and social work need to come into the lower cost band to align it with allied health. And the reason that the Nationals feel so passionate about it is because we've been smashed by drought in country Australia for years. We got smashed by the bushfires, including in my own electorate. We're still coming out of COVID and many of our communities are still locked down. I feel sorry for those Victorians in the country. So we are going to need all of the community health workers we can possibly get to help country Australia grow and prosper coming out of COVID. And so we need those courses put in the lower cost band, because a lot of those folks, you've got mature age students returning to the workforce. A lot of them are women, Indigenous students. if you put it out of reach for those people, it's going to have a detrimental impact on our future country workforce. And at the end of the day, for us at the Nationals, it's about equality between the city and the bush and making sure that we, in the country Australia and our country communities, have the same access to services, including mental health services, the same access to educational opportunity as those people in the cities. And so I think this is a really good change. I think it'll be welcomed by the country universities and also by the profession. The other one is that the department's not proceeding with capping grandfathering at 2024. So particularly for our part-time students who are going to be studying beyond 2024, we've got a lot of those in country Australia. If you're already enrolled in a course this year, then you can complete it in, 2026 if you want to, and the goalpost won't be shifted on you in terms of cost. And then the third one is the tertiary access payment. This has been a big one for country universities. This is the $5,000 payment that goes to outer regional and remote students. There's about 8,100 of them, we think, in the next year. Now, because we have fewer foreign students coming in, we reckon there's going to be hot competition for the domestic students. The city universities with their fat checkbooks are going to be able to offer big scholarships. They'll combine that with the $5,000 payment. And we reckon that, and we were very worried that there would be a brain drain from the country and our country students to the city. So now this amendment changes it. So the funding actually follows the university. And so our country university, they will all get to offer country students this $5,000 payment. And I think it's been divided in a fair way. And so we think it's a winner, and we think that it helps bridge that great divide between the cities and the bush. So we're backing them, and the country universities are backing the reforms generally because they are the winners. They get $400 million worth of new funding and additional funding out of this. So that's a big win. And also the places for country universities increase at a higher rate than they do for the city universities. So the Nationals have fought for these changes. We've got them through. Still got to go through the joint party room. So it's not a done deal yet, I have to say that. But we're very happy with where it's landed. And most importantly, our country universities and our country communities are happy about it as well.
OK, we'll see how that goes. We'll track that progress too. Andrew G, appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for joining us here.
Thanks, Pete. And I'm back in the diesel.
All right.